The Hash It Out Show is brought to you by Barreto Home Solutions, Bayou Audio and Video, Hot Works on the North Shore, JFK Martial Arts in Mandeville and Covington, Black Hawk Hauling, Lil Dizzy's Cafe, Wags Food and Culture, Moe's Pizza, The Green Law Firm, Personal Injury Attorney, Drums Earwear.
Hands up, hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. 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 Hands up, hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning.
Welcome to the Hash It Out Show. I am your host, JB the Sports Guy. We got a big show for you all tonight. Later on, joining us, we have the head coach of Sophie B. Wright, Coach Kenneth Dorsey Jr. joining us. I'm joined by my co-host, my good friend you can find on CrescentCitySports.com, the one, the only VK Jones. What's going on, VK?
Good evening, everybody. Appreciate you joining us here. Like, tag, share, and subscribe to the Hash It Out Show on all social media platforms, and also log on to the hashitoutshow.com. That's the hashitoutshow.com. We appreciate all the support this season. We are having one of our sponsors on us right here. Shout out to Miss Dr. Lana Joseph.
You're right.
With Drums Earwear. We appreciate it. Go purchase it. It's some really good stuff. It's as good as those Beats by Dre, baby. So straight up get that. But we appreciate you joining us. Hey man, I'm trying to
better.
I'm trying
better than Beats by Dre. Let's get it right.
Better. It's better. I'm saying it because I love Dr. Dre. It's just any respect.
Is Dr. Dre a sponsor of us?
No, he's
all
sure
right.
like,
So
you're
it's
right.
better.
You're right. Okay. Whatever, man. But they are better. They are better. Shout out to you, Lon. Appreciate it. But regardless of the fact, appreciate you joining us. Playoffs starting this week. We've got some two good guests joining us tonight.
Most definitely. Two good guests joining us. We're going to get right into it right now. This guy has his team as the number 11 seed in the Division II Select playoffs. He is the head coach of the McDonogh 35 Ron Eagles. We have the one and only Coach Frank Daggs. Coach Daggs, how you doing?
Doing well, buddy. How you doing, man?
We're doing great, Coach. We're doing
good,
great.
Coach.
We're glad that you could join us tonight, taking time out your busy schedule. Let's get right to it, Coach. For 17 years, Coach, you worked under the great Wayne Reese. What did you learn from Coach Reese? What did you learn from Coach Reese? And also, what is it that you miss most about
him? Well, I learned a lot from sitting back and observing. And, it changed a little bit because we changed from being a public school to a charter school within that time. And on the football side thing, I learned a lot because of the fact that you always got to make sure the kids, you spend time and make sure all the athletes, all the kids know what's important about football. Not the team building and the togetherness, but making sure everything's good for your academics. My thing is making sure when you finish playing 4 years for McDonogh 35, that not only you could get an academic scholarship, you get an athletic scholarship, or you could go to the military, do whatever you want, and make you be successful. My biggest pride and joy is making sure when I see a ninth grader and you leave as a 12th grader as a young man, should I say, and you able to be successful for your life and for your kids.
Most definitely. You became the head coach in June of 2020. What was the feeling like when you were named the head coach of McDonogh 35 Ron Eagles football team?
And, man, it never wanted to happen like that, because the coach passed away in April of 2020. And I never forget that day because actually I remember the last time me and him sat down at March the 13th. I never forget that day because, man, me and him was sitting down eating fish. We all eat our fish on fish. We'd be sitting down. I said, well, Coach, we not coming back to school for a couple of weeks because they have this COVID thing going down. And I remember sitting down in the office and he said, well, Coach, yeah, I guess I go around the house now. I've been supposed to do some work around the house. I said, well, you're right. I got some work to do around my house, And that was our conversation. And that was the last time we talked face to face besides on the phone during the COVID deal, And I never wanted it to happen like that, because man out used to be at work at 6:30 in the morning and he wouldn't leave to 8:30 at night, 5 days a week, you know what I'm saying? And had all the energy in the world. So when that stuff happened, when it happened like that, I said, out in denial. No, it didn't happen. I can't believe that. Not how strong and energetic he was, So when they said that in June of 2020, I told Coach, well, Coach, keep it rolling, keep it doing what we're doing, and that's how I took it like that.
I want to talk about one of your players right quick, quarterback Santana Price. How has he been a leader to this football team this season?
Santana Price, put it this way, him being a leader, he's going to take us as far. If he's having a great day, we're going to have a great day, So he gets on everybody else at practice. He gets on everybody in the offense. Everybody peps it up, He's a good leader.
You guys are the district champions this season, 6-3. As you're going into the first round of the playoffs, how would you assess your team right now through 9 games?
Well, it's funny because of the fact that we played 7 games. So we played good football at some point, but then we also played football at some point because it's like you have to keep playing to keep the unisys and everything going on, So I think that going into the playoffs, one thing we all rested, we don't have any injuries going on. That's a plus. But we had to do some mock drills, the last like some game stuff to kind of keep up the intensity at practice, So we had to do some things for to mock games since we didn't have a game. But then on the flip side, last week we didn't do a lot of hitting because I don't want to get anybody hurt before the playoffs,
Right.
So we did a lot of stuff on air, a lot of meetings and all that stuff. So I think going into the playoffs and team, I think we're gonna be all right.
You have the Landry Buccaneers this Friday night at Pan American Stadium, 7:00 game time.
Yeah.
Landry's been through a lot this year, but they are a resilient bunch. What is it about the Landry Buccaneers that you've seen on film?
Oh man, look, Landry, we played them in the Jamboree for a half a game before the weather took because we was out there in 105-degree heat, and then at halftime the clouds came, so the lightning came, so we had a hour and 30-minute lightning delay. So Landry have a good team, man. I enjoy watching the film. I watched a couple of films they sent over, uh, and looking at them, I think they have a good team. Be honest with you, the 2-7 record doesn't show what they really are, really capable. Like I keep telling our kids, playoffs means 0-0, new season. So anybody can win or beat on any different day, any given day. So you have to prepare like they are undefeated regular season, um, district champs out of their division, and you got to go out there as hard as you can to get this W and go on to the next week.
VK Jones, I pass it on to you.
Coach, man, what's going on with you, man? We been through the wars way back in the days together and everything else, man. It's good to have you on the show. And man, I gotta
Yes, sir.
ask you this over the years, man. Now you being a head coach and everything. I know there's been moments when things were great, some great moments with Coach Reese, but as a head coach, which was one of your biggest moments you have had as a head coach at McDonogh 35?
The biggest moment as of right now, the biggest moment I've had so far is just going peak, man. I enjoy competing every week, and every morning I look at every moment as a big moment because you never know when it's your last. So each week we go out there, we prepare. Last couple of years we've been having fun doing that. I love going on the road playing games. I love playing games at Pan American. So it's just competing and having fun with the guys and the coaches and also the players. So every moment is big for me.
Absolutely. You always say every time we see is another day in paradise because it seems like
You
you
know it,
love what you do.
right there
Yeah,
in
it seems
paradise. That's my every day.
it seems like you really love what you do as a coach and everything. And I know you love giving back to the game that really inspired you over the years.
Yes, sir. I love that, man. I love giving back in the game and having fun and getting the kids ready, man. Getting them mentally and physically ready. That's all.
Y'all are, I'll tell you one thing, y'all are a real resilient bunch. We've seen some moments these last couple years. I mean, comebacks to help win the ball game, not quitting. Like one of the moments last year was the Mac 35 Carver game, which came down to the wire, which came down to a fourth down and 11, and Santana Price connected a big pass, and then he throws a bomb, a 48-yard bomb for the winner. And then this season, y'all came back against Salmon in an unbelievable drive, but came on trouble regardless. I mean, your team that you really teach those kids, we fight 48 minutes all the way to the end.
Man, that's our pedigree, what we was brought up on. Rock 'em, sock 'em, look 'em in the eye, right? So
Mm-hmm.
therefore, that we're gonna play 48 minutes of football. I don't care what is going on. I don't care anything about anything. 48 minutes of football. Let's go play. You know.
And I tell you, we know the offense is there. What about how the defense lately the last couple of weeks have been really getting better and better? What you can say about that Mac 35 defense? How it has been coming up big for y'all?
Let me tell you this, man. The defensive coaching staff does a great job with the defense. In the last couple of weeks, besides St. All game this year, they only allowed, I think, if I remember correctly, 4 touchdowns the whole year, or probably less. Because Salmon really didn't score on the defense at all. They allowed 1 against Kentwood. I think South Terrebonne they allowed 1. So that's it. That's it for the whole year. So the defense is really carrying the whole team, and they're doing a great job on that side of the ball. Coach Hangold, Coach Ratliff, Coach Cy Morton, man, they doing wonders, and Coach Baptiste.
Man, and y'all really overcame some challenges and everything else for y'all to be 6-3 and to be district champs. It just really shows a lot of character for your team this season.
Man, all season and during the summer, we always talk about character and making sure we are to the state of McDonogh 35 football, around Eagle football. We do the little things right, and hopefully it carries over the playoffs. We got to be disciplined. We got to play fast and physical. So that's the little things we have to do for us to succeed these next couple of weeks.
Very much agreed on that. I gotta also, oh man, I got. Well, I tell you one thing. This is unbelievable. That this is one of the few times in the LHSAA, especially in the playoffs, we ain't had this maybe since the early 2000s, or what I'm saying, two Orleans parish schools going against each other in the playoffs, especially in the first round, Coach. I mean, it's a rarity to see, right, Coach?
Yeah, it's rare because I remember, like you said, early 2000, I think it was Carver and Walker played each other early time. And let me see, in all the years we made the playoffs. This year 20 in a row for us. So in all the years of us making the playoffs, I can't remember playing our school first round. We played Booker T in 2020. I think it was the COVID year. I think we played them the first. But besides that, I think that's the only time it ever happened.
Yeah, and you're right. And the last matchup in Orleans Parish going against one another was Carver and Carr in 2018, actually. But at the same time, still, it's been a long time since that Orleans Parish schools played early first round. We didn't had seen matchups
Right, first
deep
round.
in the playoffs,
Right,
but this early,
right, right. I
Absolutely.
think I can remember that card was played. I know they played one at Joe Brown, and I don't know if it was a district game they played at Berman because we always in the same.
Right.
That's kind of mixed up in my head.
Right. The 2018 game was a playoff game. That was at Joe Brown. I remember
Yeah,
I covered
at
that
Joe
one.
Brown.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it was close with Carr wound up pulling away, but it's good that it just shows Orleans Parish has a lot of has a lot of resilience and everything playing one another and stuff like
Right.
that. But it's something. But I'm gonna ask you this one more thing, Coach, and I'm gonna get back to JB. Man, did you ever see it like we all know where you played ball at, but would you ever see McDonogh 35 had the success that they had over the last 20 years, especially with Coach Reese and yourself changing the trajectory of that school?
And as long as we have the good athletes that's like we have now, the good kids that's coming in and working hard and producing, I think the sky's the limit at McDonogh 35. Like I said, we have a big junior class. Our junior class, I think, is probably the heart and soul of the team right now because those guys there, they come to work every day, and they put out a lot of effort. So, contrary, we just say Santana Price is a senior, DJ McLeod is a senior. That's the two really seniors people know of on offense besides the other two receivers, Craig Davis and Jemiah Hill. On defensive side of the ball, we have Peyton McFarland is I think the sack leaders in the metro area because every time he step on the field, he's getting at least 4 sacks a game. And other than that, Vincent is the quarterback of the defense. So that's the two guys that's on defense that everybody, that's a seniors, And the one other guy's defensive backfield is Ty Brown. So we have 3 seniors really on that side of the ball, 3 seniors, maybe 4 at the most. So I think that, this team overall, like I said, the junior class is holding it down right now. And I think if they continue to work hard throughout these playoffs here, sky's the limit. And it could carry on and build on for their senior year,
JB.
Coach Daggs, we'll get you out of here with this last question. The new proposal for the new districts came up the other day. Do you think with this new proposal that we're going to go back to just 5 classes, 1A through 5A, or we're still gonna be
Man, look, man, look. Let me tell you this. I I hope, because we went up there in October and voted for us to get out of select division. Ain't no way all these parish schools and Jefferson Parish schools are supposed to be select division. All right, let me say it now.
agree.
The second thing
Agree.
is, I hope the proposal that happens possibly in January, if everybody could vote and go together. Because when I was playing ball, we all grew up around, playing everybody. We never single or select or non-select. You go and put your hand in the dirt and play football. All right. Top 32 make it. 5 weeks later, you have a state champion. Right now, we have eight state champions, and some people call them paper state champions because Division One non-select state champion may not could beat the Division One select champion or vice versa. You
Right.
got to get down to it and play some. In the new redistricting, I think, of course, it's not over. It's going to be a process in the next 6 weeks of coming up with new districts. But at the same time, it shouldn't be, because if you all put it back, y'all go classification 1A through 5A, you come up with your district in your area, whatever, get it over with, and everybody play football. That's what I think of it.
Much so agreed. Coach Frank Daggs, good luck to you Friday night against the Landry Buccaneers, and we hope to have you back on the show in the future, my friend.
All right, thank you, man. Friday night, 7 o'clock at Pan American Stadium. So, everybody come out and support and wish us well. Thank you for having me, and thank you for everything y'all do for high school sports, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach
Yes,
Daggs.
sir. Thank you. Thank you, Coach Dax.
All right, buddy. Good night.
That is Coach Daggs. He was a teammate of VK at St. Augustine, so they're real good friends. Coach Daggs looking to get the victory over the LB Landry Buccaneers this Friday night. We're going to bring in our other co-host, George Peppers, who's joining us now. George Peppers, you heard some of the things Coach Daggs had to say. What are your thoughts on the job Coach Daggs has done at McDonogh 35 since taking over in 2020?
I mean, what can be said? He's kept that school relevant. McDonogh 35 for the longest time before Wayne Reese got there was basically the they were the carpets of Orleans Parish. A lot of the Orleans schools like the Booker T's, the old Alcee Fortunes, and those schools like that used to beat them up. VK, it. I mean, all used to bust them on the regular. They used to beat them like a dog. The only thing good about 35 those years was their fans. But look at the last lineage of head coaches they've had: the late great Wayne Reese and now Frank Daggs, having to uphold that legacy. That school has become a really relevant school and has produced good football teams. The one regret about that school, the one regret, is that Wayne Reese doesn't have a state
Yeah.
title from there. That's the one of the classiest. God rest his soul. One of the classiest interviews. And I go back to the Prep Plus days. VK, where we had him on the show, and I wish when we don't root for people in the media. We're not robots, but in the media and what we do, we balance a happy medium. We're not gonna be fanboys or anything like that. We're not in that. That's not our thing. But there are people you root for in our sport and what we cover, and that's prep any prep sport like football. I wish Wayne would have won a state title. God rest his soul. I wish he would have got a ring. Happen, fit for Frank Daggs has done a fabulous job. Has a golden opportunity Friday night, guys, against a fellow Orleans school in LB Landry, who look at the year they've had. It started as bad as you can start it. The coach leaves them, gets gets suspended, and then now ultimately fired. So let's give a call out to those guys. That is a resilient group to get to this playoff game. It is DJ, but some men in this sport, I wish could have state titles. And you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. That statement is correct. But look, I wish God rest his soul, Wayne would have got a ring. But you know what? Frank has got that program on the right trajectory. Um, it's a tough ask to make it this year, but they're not going to disgrace themselves. And to have Santana Price and that offense in your corner, they're going to be in competition in these playoffs, and they're not going to disgrace themselves. Their defense is plenty good as well. They just need the consistency offensively to make a very deep run. They'll win. They can win the game Friday night against LA Landry, but in order to escalate and win round two, and I can't remember on the top of my head. I know it's the six, but off the top of and who they get next. But in order to cross that hurdle, the consistency has to be there because it looks like against
The way
really
don't
really good defense. Go ahead.
the winner they'll play St. Louis.
And see, that's a defensive juggernaut there, the Saints, and and that group. That group is what did we see at the 35 when we covered them against Salmon? We did that game as our hash out show game of the week at the midpoint of the season. And their enthusiasm is unparalleled. That fan base, and one of their biggest fans is right there in our chat.
DJ.
And that man, boy, that man would tell you what, we've been entertained a lot this year by a lot of great fan bases, y'all. But that 35 fan base, especially that man in the chat box, that dude, he brings it every week. And you know what? If a crowd gets fed off energy like that, I love people like that because he's about his school, but it's about this city too. New Orleans, the public schools in New Orleans need to rise up and make it work. Find a school that can get behind to get on an elongated playoff run, y'all. But 35's got a chance Friday night. Not a chance for. I mean, they do, but in order to win next week, if they win tonight, win next week at St. Louis. And I'm sure that's not going to be an easy trip going to St. Charles. Am I right? I mean, St. Charles, Lake Charles,
Yeah.
Lake Charles, and that's not an easy trip. So hope those guys can focus on Friday night first. That Landry team's not coming to lay out. They're gonna be there for you, but you gotta come set Friday night because guess what? You fool around and diddle around. Landry might just find a way and get that.
VK, your
Well,
thoughts about the job your good friend Coach Frank Daggs has done at McDonogh 35?
well, before I say anything else about Frank Daggs, I'm gonna say this about Wayne Reese. George was saying we would not, sometimes we can't be fanboys. Let me tell you something. I was fanboying that night. I wanted.
Every coach
I,
that I've
I,
met, they love Wayne Reese. Everybody,
I
Yep,
was,
nobody has nothing bad to say about Wayne Reese.
he's right.
I was fanboying it that night. I wanted St. James 35 so bad for that state title game because knowing Coach Reese and his legacy, I was like, this is the greatest chance for 35 to get to the dome. And I don't know if they don't get there. I don't know when they're ever going to get there. You're at home. We know Jennings is a good program, but this is the greatest chance, and they just came up a little short. But I was rooting so hard that night. But regardless of the fact, it's legendary what they've done. I think Frank Daggs, he was prepared for this. He was prepared for this moment. He was prepared, on being Daggs is between number one and number two assistant to being the man. And anytime if Coach Reese was sick or he had to go take care of something, Coach Daggs went ahead and took care of it. He has really been a leader to the school and everything else. He faced a lot of challenges. Faced a whole
Tough
lot of
game.
challenges, like front and up front at 35 and behind the scenes. So, he's overcome a lot. And for them to overcome being blitzed by St. Augustine early in the year to finish 6-3 and district champs, that says a lot about him. And that says so much of staying power for Frank Daggs at McDonogh 35. I wish him the best this Friday. I think the Landry game is going to be a tough ball game. This is going to be a straight up scrap out fight Friday night because somebody's coming out with a win, and Landry's got nothing to lose. 35 is like a little bit of a better team, but Landry's got nothing to lose coming on Friday night. Not at all. But I think Frank has done an unbelievable job at 35 since he's taken over.
Let's talk about
Question for both of you.
Go ahead, George.
I was going to ask you both the question. Does it feel like house money for LB Landry Friday night? Because on the surface, you novices that don't cover their school are like, oh, they're going to get smoked. You know, the record's horrible and this and this and this. But look how they've played here in the last month. Don't you guys think they have an big opportunity here Friday night? They have a chance.
I,
You know, we know their school a lot better than others, but I think they got a shot.
I'll say this. We've seen 35 struggle to score points against Salmon and Kentwood.
All
And all, yes.
okay.
I think 35 will be able to score. But I'm not saying they're gonna be able to score a lot. I think this will be a tightly contested ball game. Landry is coming ready to play. Look, their last games, they've been in some games with people. I think Maurice Williams, I think Landry will score at least once. But 35 defense has been legit. And they've been the main reason why 35 has been in some games this year.
Yep.
The defense has been legit. But this, like VK said, I agree with VK. This is this will be a fight. This game will not be easy for McDonogh 35. Yes, they are the favorite. Yes, they have the best player on the field on both sides in Santana Price. But it's not going to be easy, VK.
Nah, it won't be at all. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Landry has not scored. Well, here's the thing. I understand. I understand the thing about 3 years and stuff, but this is a different Landry team, Mr. Williams. I'm gonna tell you one thing, man. Look, what opened my eyes to what Landry has done late in this year, the way they popped L.W. Higgins, a team that is in the playoffs right now. And I mean a team that has been improving. And with that being said, and then again against Riverside, coming up short, but gave Riverside everything they had.
Oh,
Same
DJ.
thing you can say. Yeah.
Look, DJ. Yes, indeed.
DJ is funny, man. Hey, we're doing our jobs, man. We're doing our jobs. That's all it is. Well, DJ, if Higgins is pooped while they're in postseason, just saying.
Everybody with losing records getting in too, bro. Come on, man.
Pineville's in the postseason, VK. Explain that. 2-8.
Losing records getting in. Landry 2-8.
Exactly.
2-7.
But at the same time, it's not the same brackets from in the past, right?
But they're in the tournament, is what you're saying, right?
Exactly. No. But I'm saying it was worse back then, right?
Oh,
with winless
before
teams.
2022.
That's what I'm saying.
That was worse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. No, it's not everybody going to playoffs. New Orleans Dolphins. That changed. It's 28 in non-select, 24 in select.
But to New Orleans Dolphins credit, you don't have no more than 33 teams in some of them.
41 at the top class, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
In non-select.
Well, but at the same time, the power rankings really helps those losing teams as well.
That's what helps Higgins and Landry.
It helps Higgins, Landry, and Sano.
Yep.
Sorry, that's just what it is.
It's what it is.
You know. But regardless of the fact, I think Landry is a resilient club that's gonna bring it Friday night. You have to think those seniors have nothing to lose. They want to handle business.
Let me say this.
They want to handle business.
DJ, to New Orleans Dolphins, power rankings horrible. I think power rankings is the best thing that's happened. The problem is we got 8 divisions. I think we go back to just 5, 1A through 5A. You'll see 32 teams with at least a 500, a 500 record or above. And I think you'll see it better then. Right now, yeah, we can still say it's watered down. We'll say this new format was better than what it was when it came into existence in 2013. But power rankings, to me, if we going way back in the day without power rankings, you'd be like, how is the number 1 team in the state playing a number 2 team in the state? Which happened in basketball in 2000 with John Eric and Hammond played in the second round. And a year later, we get power rankings. It's the best thing.
Exactly.
But yes, with this split and everything, it has watered everything down. We all want it back from 1A to 5A. Like Coach Ross said for Archbishop Rumble, they are still the last defending Class 5A champions before the split. Zachary can say they are with the split, but the split together, no split, it's Rumble.
I'm gonna I was going to interject, and I said this in the group chat yesterday. I know I don't want to deviate because I know we have Coach Dorsey coming up from Sophie B, Wright, in a few minutes, and I don't want to deviate because this can take it to another discussion. And I know Jared, we are with format, but my first clue yesterday when that first draft for district came out, and you quickly agreed with me, Jared. You quickly agreed because I said, and I'm going to say it now on the air. Look at the clue I got. It sounds like with what is being proposed. I kind of ran smack at work today too when they one of my friends asked me about Edna Carr coming to the Aaron districts. And I said, yeah, it's some new meat for Aaron to slaughter. That Aaron's going to own 858 with Edna Carr and Warren Easton. But he's like, I don't know what you're on. But no, I said, but I did tell him what I'm about to say to you, both of you. Clue number one, we're coming back together in January. Based on what some of the redistricting entails, proposals, if this is where we're going, I think in January the schools are like, you know what, enough. Let's put these teams back together and let's make a legit 32 team playoff in each class and 5 classes. Because I miss those days. I don't know about you. I know y'all do too, but I miss the days of when you had the bracket reveal. They might, New Orleans Dolphins, they might, but let Eric get a voice and we'll see about all that. That's a different story.
You should have said Warren
I'm just
Easton
saying.
voice to Eric. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But no, I'm saying that we could get a legit 32 team playoff to where, hey, which one of these lower seeds has got a sexy record could upset a top seed? You know, that was the beauty of being together. Now it's like, and look, quite frankly, there are some teams in here that don't belong in the playoffs. Pineville is 2-8, and they're the bottom seed in the non-select. Higgins is 22. They got to take a long road trip up to Tioga. That's in central Louisiana, and they're going to get what, a foot in their behind. St. Aug's got to go to McKinley. You know what? We'll talk about those games later. But Aug probably has a shot. Maybe they're the favorite in that game. You know, but look at some of the teams that are here. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Boy, the comments we get, huh? Jeez. But no, but VK, to you, don't you feel that way? I mean, I know Jared agreed with me,
Yes,
but I didn't hear anything from you. Doesn't it feel like that? It looks like we're going to come back together based on what we saw.
I even with what you saw, I said this when they went back to this format. I
Mm-hmm.
said it myself. If they go back to the format we're in this year, we're going back to 1A5A.
Thank
And
you.
I'm still sticking that prediction. Because if those principals came together and said, the hell with this, we need to keep it this way, and hearing from a lot of people, from coaches and principals saying that, and we're not going to say the schools or the coaches and teachers,
No,
principals, they're saying that we're sick and tired
it's
of all
time.
this extra stuff.
Yep.
We would love to come back together. We would love to come back together. Some schools want to go back to, there's some schools outside of a class. They want to go back to the class they were before. And that's what it's setting it up to be. So I think this thing is going to come back together. And to be honest with you, some people was not happy seeing the district with Carr and Eric. Let me tell you something right now. With Eric, with Carr and Warren Easton alone coming into that district, if that happens, do you know
PowerPoints.
that might be one of the better districts in the state if you think about
No,
it?
no,
Oh
no,
no,
Yes. No,
that I
yes.
no,
disagree.
Yes.
no.
Yes. No, no,
No,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no.
no,
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 you
no,
gotta hear
no.
me out.
Uh
No,
oh.
no, you gotta hear me out. You gotta hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Think about this. Think about this. No, hear me out. Think about this. What we done had in that district in the last 8 years. What we had in the district in the last 8 years. 2 teams coming out of the playoffs in that district. Eric Chalmette. You didn't have that for the last 8 years.
Man, I could have swore to God. Was it Riverdale?
Look
No,
at it.
not Riverdale. My bad.
No.
Hey, Bonneville went to the playoffs this year. What you talking about?
No.
First time since 2003.
Whoa. But no. They're in a different district. Riverdale is not in their district.
I said no. That Riverdale was not in the district. Then I said Bonneville went to the playoffs this year.
Well, Bonneville, yes. But at the same time, that's the first time in a long time Bonneville has been in the playoffs. What we've been talking about in that district most of the time, Chalmette, Eric.
Okay, so
they've been the main two.
Chalmette is going to the Catholic League, and we talk about you saying this will make the district better, dude. You realize that district is not good. Okay, it's really not good. And Carr and Warren Easton are about to have field days with everybody in that district. It's not going to be fair at all. It won't be competitive. It's really more competitive right now with Chalmette and Eric.
But everybody else is trash in the district.
Okay, so then you bring in two superior teams. It's going to make the rest of them all trash.
What else you saying?
It's not going to make nothing better.
But hold on. So you're saying it's going to be... So you're saying Eric's going to lay down when Carr and Easton come in the district.
They can't compete with them, VK. They cannot compete with Carr and Warren Easton. They can't. You just started against Chalmette.
Okay,
a more talented team in John Eric couldn't even beat Chalmette.
Here's the thing. If things change at Eric, and we're not going to say whatever it is going to be, but if things change some way, somehow, all I'm going to tell you is this. Look, all I'm going to tell you, what would be better? You would have 3 teams from that in the postseason, possibly 4, instead of a 2. You know what I'm saying? That makes your district better than you just having 2 teams. Everybody else is just sucking.
You sitting there saying them coming over will make the district better. 3 teams get to the playoffs. But VK, right now, if we stay in this format, you got teams with losing records going to the playoffs. It's nothing better. We look at Eric, Bonneville, East Jeff, West Jeff, and Chalmette right now. 5 teams, and 2 of them are the cream of the crop. 1 leaving, and you got 2 more superior teams coming in that's going to crush all of them. It's nothing better with it.
Well, okay. What's going to make it better? You tell me, because I'm going to tell you now. That's going to make the district more lame if them 2 not in it. You tell me. You think Eric just going to run it and everything? Listen, Eric is going to have to schedule tough, and don't get me wrong, you have to. But you have no choice but to schedule tough if Carl or Easton is not in that district.
I'm going to tell you this.
They're going to have to schedule tough every year because Eric going to win the goddamn district every year for the next 10 years if you keep the district like that.
I'm going to tell you this.
Until somebody steps up.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to tell you this right now.
Bonneville made a step.
I'm going to tell you this right now. We'll make this better because Riverdale's moving up to 5A. Higgins moving up. You got Bonneville, you got East Jeff, you got West Jeff, you got John Eric. Leave Chalmette in there, number 1. Okay? I'd rather Carr and Warren Easton be in the Catholic League than those 2 be in that district.
I'm gonna say this.
Chalmette about to go to that Catholic League, and Chalmette, in my opinion, not gonna beat any of those teams.
I agree. I'm gonna say this. I agree with you. I actually agree with you. It would be better for Carr to stay in the Catholic League. It would be. You know what I'm saying? Because the fact of the matter is, I don't think Chalmette's ready for that. I don't think Chalmette. This is going to be...
They've been in before. It's the first time.
This is going to be the 3rd time.
Yeah.
The 3rd time for Chalmette to come in the Academy. The 3rd time. So, I don't know if they're ready for that. I think they should stay in that district. And yeah, I think it should be the same. Carr and Easton would be interesting to go in the Cat League or whatever they want to do. But I'm just saying it might be a. I don't know.
Let me answer Kenny right quick because I strongly disagree with Kenny when he said Carr makes no money in the Cat League. Kenny, they're getting the biggest gate money ever by going into the Cat League. Them being in the New Orleans area district where people don't attend no games, don't support their kids playing football, in my opinion, they don't make no money there. they moved to the Catholic League. And that was one of the reasons why, because they felt as if they can make more money being in the Catholic League at football games. Where the Catholic League, people come and show up to games. That's why I disagree with you at. But guys, we're going to cut that short right quick. We're going to cut it short. We're going to do a quick commercial. We're going to come right back, and we're going to have the head coach of the Sophie B. Wright, Coach Kenneth Dorsey, joining us, ladies and gentlemen, right here on the Hash It Out Show.
You're watching the Hash It Out Show! Hands up, hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. 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 Hands up, hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning.
Welcome back to the Hash It Out Show. The Hash It Out Show game of the week is the Bell Chase Cardinals against the Parkway Panthers. Game can be heard Friday night starting at 6:20 p.m. at www.tsbnsports.com. VK Jones, George Peppers, and myself, JB the Sports Guy, we will have the call of the game. Joining us now, he's the head coach at Sophie B. Wright, the one, the only Coach Kenneth Dorsey. Coach, how you doing? And thank you for joining us.
Hey, what's going on, man? Thanks for having me on tonight, man.
No problem, Coach. No problem. We thank you for joining us. Coach, what was the feeling like when you got named as the head coach at Sophie B. Wright back in 2021?
Uh, it felt really good, man. I had the opportunity to be an interim at St. Aug, and not getting selected. It kind of was like, well, maybe I'm not, not capable. So being able to get this opportunity, and then, it just was a great feeling for me because I'm like, okay, now I can show, what we can do as a program.
What were some of the things you felt that you had to change within the program once you took over?
Now it was a few things we had to change. We had some. It was a lot of kids who just didn't believe in themselves. We had a lot of kids, they were calling each other sad. It's just a lot of things like that we had to address and, show these guys that they can actually move a building if they believe in themselves. So that was really the main thing we had to change.
Last year, you guys hosted a first-round playoff game and won that first-round playoff game over the Auburn Woods. What did you guys take from your postseason experience from last year that you brought into the season this year?
We took that. You have to be more disciplined in the playoffs than, so to speak, in a regular season, and you also had to understand that, man. Take that 1-0 mentality. You in the playoffs. There's no next week if you're not focusing on this week. And so that's kind of what we bring it to the regular season this year, man. 1-0, win the day, take that, and you get the opportunity to have that next week game and do it all over again, and everything is just 1-0, 1-0, 1-0 each day, each week.
You guys finished 5-5. What feeling, or how would you assess your team right now? What's the feeling about your team?
Inconsistency. We had a lot of games where we showed a lot of promise. We showed that we could score the ball, we could defend, etc. And then we had games where it just seems as though we hit a wall, and that's something that we kind of preach into these kids each day, man. You just got to come with it, even to the coaching staff. Every day is a day where we can get better. Don't worry about what happened the last week. Don't worry about what happened yesterday. Just focus on the day and try to win that day and get better. And that's just something that I've noticed, that we were real inconsistent this season. When you look at our earlier games, we lost to Higgins by, I believe, 1 point. It was a team that we was actually up on. We lost by 2 points. We lost to Willow by 1 point in a game that we was up on. And then even think about the Patrick Taylor game we played earlier this season. We were leading at halftime, and they came back with a dominant performance the second half. So it just shows us that, man, we have to just be more consistent.
I was going to ask that question about that Patrick Taylor game because we actually called that game.
Yeah.
And you guys were up by double digits in the comeback that happened. I was shocked that it happened because I didn't see it happening. You have this rematch now with Patrick Taylor in the first round of the playoffs. I know it's play anybody at any time. We don't care who it is, but it has to be a certain feeling that, oh, we're getting Patrick Taylor again, and we should have won that game. Maybe, don't you think that?
Well, definitely. They have the saying that it's hard to beat a team twice. You know what I'm saying? So with that in the back of your head, but you also know that Patrick Taylor is a they're not no pushover.
Right.
When you think about that run game, man, how physical they play. It's just another opportunity for us and our kids to experience that and get the opportunity to hopefully come out on the victories.
George Peppers. George, you there? There we go. George Peppers.
Here we go.
There we go.
Oh, there you go. You hear me now?
Yes, sir.
All right, Coach. It disconnected me, Jerry. That's what happened. That's what's happened. I don't know if it's internet or whatever, but I'm here. But Coach Dorsey, first of all, thank you for taking the time for joining us. I know it's a busy week. It's a playoff game, and congratulations on the season you've had to get to this point. Uh, Piggybacking off of what you're saying about the rematch against Patrick Taylor, do you feel it's an advantage or disadvantage to play the same team a second time? I mean, considering the familiarity aspect of it.
I think you get a little bit of both. You get a little bit of both because you are familiar with that team. You know what they like to do. You know a lot of the tendencies. But then there's also a disadvantage because they know what you do. They know your tendencies and stuff.
Right.
So I think it's just kind of like a combination of both. I think it just comes to who wants it more. I think that these
Right.
type of games when you done face the team already, it's just who wants it more, man. That's kind of what this game I feel is going to be.
And talking about the game, this game upcoming Friday night, we did the game against with you and Patrick Taylor earlier in the season, and you guys had it pretty good in the first half, up 17-3 at the half, and they just got it together in the second half and really ran y'all down with their running game. What do you see about? I mean, you know what you've seen about them the first time, but what are you going to have to do to counteract that result and escape and leave? I think that game's at West End Friday night, correct? And
Yes.
leave that stadium with a win. What are you going to have to do to win this time around?
I think we're gonna have to clean up some of our mistakes. We noticed on film. Tackle better.
Mhm.
I think we didn't tackle well against. I'm sorry, I forget his name, but number 7, and then that freshman they had as well. We didn't tackle well
Mhm.
against those guys, and so we need to do better with that. And then offensively, they shut us out in the second half. We didn't score at all in the second half.
Yep.
So now being able to be more creative, find ways to score, and when we get those opportunities to execute.
Talk about Ethan Tran, the quarterback from Patrick Taylor. He's not the most elite athlete if you look at him on film, but the guy does a lot of things right. Uh, he's a guy that really. You mentioned number 7, the running back for them, but Ethan Tran, the quarterback, really made that ship sail in the second half. What are you gonna have to do this time against him? Mix things up a little bit to try to turn that result from what happened early in the season.
Well, I think when you're playing the option type team that they run, you have to be disciplined. You have to it's assignment football. So our guys have to do a good job of keying in on the assignment, locking in, and making sure that we contain him. He's not super fast, but he's deceptive, and he's real tricky with that ball. You think that he gave it, and next thing you know, he pulled it and he's gone. So just being able to trust our eyes and do our
Right.
job, that's what we'll have to do this week.
And you kind of, like you mentioned, you had a kind of an up and down kind of season, but you finished it at even up 500. Now you got a obviously a doable first round matchup against a team that you've played against. So um, the ceiling for Sophie B. Wright this year. Where do you? I mean, obviously everybody wants to get to the Poitras and to New Orleans the second week of December, but what would be considered the Imodium of success in this playoff run for Sophie B. Wright, considering where y'all seated 20th?
I think that we able to come in this game and let's say God said the same. We do leave victorious, man. It's going to be a great feeling. Not only did you get the opportunity to match what you did last year, but now you have an opportunity to even go further if God said the same as well. So it's just a great feeling for Sophie B. Wright. We haven't been in this situation in the past years. And to be able to do this back to back, I think it just shows that we're trying to take this program somewhere from an athletic standpoint and flip the script when it comes to Sophie Wright football.
Last question before I turn it over to VK Jones, and he'll take over the questions. Um, the state of this program now, it seems like it's on a lot more solid footing. As you mentioned, second consecutive playoff berth. You had a win in the playoff last year. This year, you have a real opportunity to do the same thing. Where do you see this program going forward, regardless of what happens this year? Going forward, how do you feel about this program going into 2024 and beyond? Considering with the two playoff berths in a row, what do you feel about this program
I
going
think that
forward?
we're going to continue to move forward. I know the district they changed it up. We got a few more tougher opponents in the district now, but I think that we are now identifying ourselves as a not just a basketball school, but as a football school as well. So we're going to be able to hopefully just continue that success, man. The kids around the school, when I first got there, it was no believers. It was students within the school that didn't believe in the players and that kind of stuff. Now you have kids cheering for each other, and just creating that culture of like a champion. I was able to go to John Curtis, and every day in high school we talked about champion, being a champion, walking like a champion, that kind of stuff. And so being able to bring that mentality over there, and hey, if we don't win the champion, I think we if we don't win the championship, I think we still champions because we're better than what we were, and I look at it at that.
Coach Dorsey, man, it's good to have you on the show. We definitely appreciate you joining. I understand you had a busy schedule, man, but it's all good. I thank you so much.
Yes,
But
sir.
you said your alma mater was John Curtis, or you?
So I started off at John Curtis, and due to Hurricane Katrina, I was transferred to a school in Alabama called Homewood High School. I ended up graduating there, and was blessed enough to win a state championship there as well. So it felt good. And they were called Homewood Patriots. The irony there. So it was a good opportunity there. But I didn't graduate from Curtis due to Katrina. But I still consider them home.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm gonna ask you something about a little bit about that in a little bit, but at the
Okay.
same time, talking about like we mentioned, Jason Bertrand. I mean, a good friend of mine and everything. He said it himself when he first took over at SOFB. He wanted a great all around athletic program. And it
Mhm.
seemed like now, I mean, you've done some great work at that school to make it a great all around place to be. And it seemed like the student body is starting to really grow at the school. What you can
Mhm.
say about that?
Man, it's just a test to his vision. I remember when we talked when he actually hired me, and he told me that that was something that he wanted. He wanted to be able to, when you're looking for a school to go play baseball at, so be right to be a school that you can consider. When you're looking for a school to go for powerlifting, etc. You know what I'm saying? So being that well-rounded sports mentality at that school, that was something he preached. So it's a testament to him for obviously getting it to that point. Though he has stepped down from athletic director, I think with Miss Keyshawn Johnson, we still have that same vision where, we're trying to keep that well-rounded, all-around vision as far as sports.
That's really really good. I mean, and I tell you, man, a lot of great things driving on and off the field over at Sophie B. Wright. You know, and I tell you, the thing about this year, the last year, you have the experience of the playoffs, and not
Mhm.
just yet having a playoff win. I think will it help your squad going into Friday, especially in a rematch game?
Definitely, we have a lot of guys who were freshmen on that team last year, sophomores on that team last year that was able to get some quality minutes. So coming and understanding the moment, understanding that, that holding penalty that you should have gotten weeks 1 through 10 that you didn't get thrown may get thrown this week. So being able to adjust that, being able to, do your assignment better and that kind of stuff, man, that experience definitely helps.
Very much agree. Very much agreed. I know. I know it's a lot. I know it's been a lot this week to prepare and all that and
Oh, yeah.
stuff. And I wish your squad the best and everything. I'm gonna ask you this one thing, and I'm gonna let JB get back the question back to JB.
Mm-hmm.
You said you went to John Curtis. What were your thoughts of last week? Your former coach JT Curtis breaking that record on the field, becoming the all-time winning coach in the history, especially all that went on last week.
Man, you know what? I was sitting with my dad, and we were watching the game, and just being able to. I'm a big Kobe Bryant fan, and I remember watching him score 60 his last game. And not saying this was JT's last game, but that feeling was still there. Like, man, they going out with a bang. They for that 622, they actually going after who I consider probably, if you're not talking about the best in the state, the second best in the state. You know what I'm saying? And being able to go up against them and put up 35 points on them. I mean, beat them by 35 points or so. That was just big, man. And it's just a testament to the culture there, man. It doesn't matter who we face, at Curtis. It doesn't matter who you face. You're gonna go in that game. You're gonna play your hardest, and it's just, man, that JT is a great guy, and I'm just so happy for him that he was able to get what he deserved.
JB,
Coach Dorsey, I'm just gonna say this, and we'll get you out of here. You didn't get the St. Aug job as after you was the interim coach, but I believe you being at Sophie B. Wright was a calling from God.
Mm-hmm.
I really believe that, and I want to commend you and your staff on the job y'all have done at Sophie B. Wright.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. You don't hear that a lot, and being at a Wright, you don't get the recognition a lot, but it just feels really good to see the success and see where this program is going, and I'm super excited to see, in the next 5 years or so where it will be, and that's all I can hope for.
Most definitely. Patrick Taylor versus Sophie B. Wright this Friday night at Hawks Memstar Stadium at 7 o'clock. Coach Dorsey, good luck to you this Friday night, my friend.
Thank you so much, man, and good luck, and appreciate everything you guys do.
Thank you, Coach.
thank you,
Appreciate it.
Coach. Appreciate it.
All right.
Coach Kenneth Dorsey of Sophie B. Wright. Quickly, guys. 2 playoff appearances in back-to-back years. He hosted a playoff game last year. They won that playoff game. They went to play Newman. They have the experience. Patrick Taylor was in the playoffs last year, but lost. This game will be much different than what it was a few weeks ago. Both teams know each other. Hard-fought matchup we got going on here. Be some little changes offensively and defensively from both teams. But back to Coach Dorsey, you have to commend him on the job he's done, VK.
Very much agreed. I mean, he just he took the bull by the horns when he got to Sophie B. Wright and really got him to more prominence than anything else, to get to more consistency. But he's seen this year that I'll take a quote, I'll take a little thing from George. They became more the hunted than the hunter. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, and Coach Dorsey expressed it that he's seen inconsistency, but he sees some good things that his team is trying to turn around. So, with that being said, the thing that helps them a lot is the fact they do have the experience from last year of being in the playoffs, getting a playoff win, and they're gonna use that to their advantage against Patrick Taylor. Because remember when we did that game, it was a tale of two halves. It was a tale of two halves in that one. But Sophie B just outplayed him in the first half, and then Patrick Taylor turned it around and outplayed him in the second half to get the win. So it will be a lot closer, but I love what Coach Dorsey is doing, bringing some sort of consistency on and off the field with that team and preparing these young men to try to be productive citizens in this world.
You heard Coach Dorsey, man. A lot of inconsistencies of them not being able to finish strong when they've had leads in games. So that's what's cost them 3 games for sure that we know of. Easily could be 8-2 maybe. But George Peppers, your thought on the job Coach Dorsey has done at Sophie B. Wright?
You tip your hat to guys like that see the process and understand the process and execute it. You know, they, as you guys have mentioned ad nauseum, they won a playoff game last year. Obviously, the bar set a little bit higher. Let's win a playoff game and let's win 2 playoff games and get to Thanksgiving. You know, what do the coaches always say? Every coach in the state tells you they want to practice on Thanksgiving. Why? It's the greatest week of the year outside of the state championship. But Kenneth Dorsey has done yeoman's work at Sophie B. Wright, and he has a golden opportunity here to replicate last year's success, maybe exceed it if they win round 2. They do have to travel. They will travel even if they win Friday night because the team they're going to play is on a bye.
ULab.
So that would be University Lab, and it's going to be extremely tough to go there and get the win. But first things first, they get Patrick Taylor Friday night, and this game was on the considerations for us to do.
Yep.
We decided to go Bell Chase Parkway, but Sophie B and Patrick Taylor, the appeal of the rematch was very, very much there. But we decided to go Bell Chase Parkway. That's going to be a fascinating game as well. But Kenneth Dorsey has done great work there at Sophie B. And, for their basketball program being so proficient, now the football team is starting to make a little noise. Look, football's a cash cow for a lot of schools. And with Sophie B's success over the last 3 years, gentlemen, we got to start paying attention to that program. And it's good for New Orleans, for the city, that they succeed. Not just them, we root for all the New Orleans schools to do well, but for what they've had to overcome, the stigma of being a basketball school, and Kenneth Dorsey has done great work and kind of squashing that narrative a little bit.
All right. I want to take a very, very quick commercial break, and we come back. The last segment of our show tonight, we're going to pick all the non-select games. Tomorrow, we will pick the select games, but tonight, we will pick all the non-select games. We'll be right back, right here on the Hash It Out Show. Welcome back to the Hash It Out Show. Bayou Audio, one of our great sponsors, Mr. Rusty Mathern. We want to thank him so much for being a sponsor of the Hash It Out Show and the Hash It Out Show Game of the Week. All right, fellas, let's get to the non-select games. I want to start with Division 1 and work our way down.
Before you start, my friend, we want to congratulate you.
Mm-hmm.
We want to congratulate you first. Yes. Mr. Jared J.B. Boyd is this year's overall winner of our picks for the regular season this year. So we want to congratulate him because regardless, when we looked at our records last week, me and George, and a couple of the wins that Jared had, we just knew right then and there that we're not going to catch him. He had a significant
recount.
The only way.
This ain't Florida.
The only way if we would have got there, if me and George would have had a chance if we would have went undefeated. And a couple games on Thursday and Friday were key ones. We got clipped. So JB is overall winner this year. So congratulations to him. We're starting anew. This is the playoff time. So we're going 0-0. So that's what it pretty much is. But we want to congratulate JB on that. And great job on the picks this year, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, fellas. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Winning is what I do. T-Pain made that song, and man, it's about me and what I do.
Oh my God.
Championships.
See,
Modesty don't
all I
exist.
know,
All right. So
all I know,
when y'all learn to be winners, talk to me.
all I know, this is embarrassing because me and this man been in the game this damn long. In 2 years, you taking the god doggone. I'm like this. I'm not hating, but god dog it, me and George should be the ones on this thing running it, but you're running it for the last 2 years. So
It'd
I'm
be the
gonna give
one
you
and
your
done,
props,
BK.
bro. I'm gonna give you the props, but but playoff time now. Playoff time now. We're gonna see who the real winner is.
All I gotta say
Oh,
is acknowledge your tribal chief, both of you.
oh, here we go.
You
Oh,
understand?
here you go.
This is
We're gonna see what
this is
we're gonna
my
see what happens in
camera.
post.
This is my slides. You see, all this is mine. Acknowledge your tribal chief. I'm talking my
Yeah,
stuff, Maurice. I'm talking it. Nah, but let
yeah,
me
he's
get the sarcasm side away. Let me be serious.
yeah.
It's fun, guys.
Postseason time, baby. That's gonna tell everything.
Yeah,
It's where the real time comes.
it's fun. It was
It'll be
fun,
fun.
and
Yes.
can't wait till we do it again. And once again, I will be back-to-back champions, 3P, baby. So anyway, moving on. Moving on to our non-select brackets. We're gonna start. Let me get the screen up for y'all first. Get the screen up. There it is. All right. Can y'all see the screen?
Yes.
Barely,
Yes.
I see it, but if you could zoom in a little bit, JB.
I can zoom in a little bit. Let me see, man. Let me see if I can zoom in some, man. I'll
But
zoom
you're
in.
going to call the matchup as is. So if you call it, we pretty much know. But I ain't making excuses, BK. We coming to get this.
I'm
We
gonna
coming
call
to
it
get
out.
this now. It's playoff time.
I'm gonna call it out. Here we go.
Where we at? Where
Go
we at
ahead.
first?
We had Division One,
Division One,
top from the bottom.
Division one.
16
Non-select.
non-select. We know non-select.
non-select.
Yep.
Here we go.
16 against 17. Westgate hosting Terrebonne. Um, this is a tough one for me because we do not know if Jabari Antoine is playing or not. Word was he will be back week 1 of the playoffs or round 2. Here we are.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think Westgate has a shot even without him in this game. I'm going with the Westgate Tigers. VK.
Man, this is a very good matchup in itself. I think, you know, man, Tyler Lewis is the person that I root for because we're very tight with one another. But at the same time, Ryan Antoine, I'm starting to be tight with him too. But I think Westgate's coming from a very better district, but not just that. Westgate's very much battle tested, and they're at home. I'm taking Westgate in a close one.
GP.
Here's the thing that I caught myself thinking about, and I didn't know we were doing non-selects tonight, but thinking about it, Westgate. If you're Ryan Antoine, I don't know if I want to bring back Jabari Antoine in a potential round 2 game at Ruston. I think I'd want a game under his belt to knock off the rust a little bit against Terrebonne, a very beatable opponent. I don't know if you strategically, if I'm exactly if I'm Ryan Antoine, Jabari's playing Friday night if he's able to go. With that being said, Terrebonne, I don't like how they finished. I really don't. That defeat, the defeat at Thibodeau in week 9, where they were up 21-0, stings. That is a defeat. That's a stigma. And look, they did win last week. Hahnville fell a little bit. Excuse me, fell a little bit short. I don't think Terrebonne's got the temerity or the character to win at Westgate. I think Westgate finds a way defensively here and gets the job done. I say it's a touchdown spread to the homestanding Westgate Tigers.
All right. I want to answer seldom seen. Everett has top tier DBs. Wardell Mack, Monty Cargo, Melbourne, Dillon, Coleman, and you're also forgetting Jeremiah Clark. Don't forget about Jeremiah Clark, number 20.
Yep.
All right, guys. Next
Yep.
game. Here we go. Number 9, Walker, host 24 Benton. Make this quick. Walker. VK.
Walker.
George Peppers.
Make it 3. I think Walker wins it. No disrespect to Vinton. Nice work getting here. But Chad Mahaffey's got his team. I think that's a team that's going to be very deceptive in these here playoffs because round 2 is a very doable game for potential round two. It's very doable for them. Walker wins big.
New Orleans, Kenny and Maurice all say Walker. Kenny Ramonde says word is Hornville might be making a change next year. I heard the same thing, Kenny. I heard the same thing. All right, here we go. Number 8, West Monroe hosting 25 North Shore. I've heard rumblings that North Shore might um might might upset West Monroe. I've heard rumblings, but I'm not going that route. I got West Monroe. VK.
The Rebels have overcome a lot of things this year, and North Shore might make it interesting, but West Monroe will come up big. I think West Monroe wins it.
GP.
The lights are brighter in the playoffs. Rebels win, but they go out next week. I'm calling it now. Rebels win this week, but they're done next week.
All right, moving on. Number 12, Sam Houston versus 21 Mandeville. One of us has Mandeville going to the semifinals, but that's not me. I'm not that person. I think Sam Houston gets the win. I'm going Sam Houston. VK.
I got to agree with you, Jared. Sam Houston is too battle tested. Vanderbilt had a good start, but they kind of dipped at the end. They'll make it interesting, but Sam Houston will come up with the big upset win.
George Peppers.
Not upset win, but the big win.
It would be in the seeds. It would be an upset. VK, you're right. Don't discredit yourself. You're right. But I'm the one that said Mandeville would make a elongated run, and to me, it's about pedigree. The Mandeville Skippers are one of the more underrated teams in a playoff setting. This is a team that they'll pop up out of nowhere, and I feel like, granted, what you're saying, VK, is accurate, but this the playoffs now, and Sam Houston doesn't have what Mandeville has as far as longevity and playoff experience and winning in the playoffs. I think Mandeville's got the right kind of team in the right kind of district. That is a brutal district, 6-5A. And I feel like I'm calling it, the Skippers win this first round game at Sam Houston. Credit to Sam Houston for finishing up the way they did this year. But I think that this is not the matchup they wanted. The Skippers are coming in with house money. They can defend a little bit, and they're going to frustrate Sam Houston enough. They pull the upset.
All right, 13 Southside hosting number 20 Thibodeau. I got Southside. VK.
Southside big. Southside big.
George.
Agree. Southside's going to win big, but you know what? Give a call out to Thibodeau for how they finished up. They upset Terrebonne. They've played a lot better than they have early in the season, but they got no shot. Southside wins big.
All right. Bell Chase against Parkway. We're not going to call that game. I mean, we're not going to call it here. We're going to call it Friday night, so we're not going to do any picks. But y'all can pick in the comments who wins between Bell Chase and Parkway. But 11 Salmon versus 22 West Washita. Does West Washita has what it takes to get the upset over Salmon? I think they do, but I'm not going to rock with them. I got Salmon over West Washita. VK.
Oh, man, I tell you, first of all, before I go any further, if this is true, our prayers go out to Coach Trosclair and Thibodeau.
It's true. It's true. Yeah,
wow.
It slipped my mind. Yes.
Coach Trosclair, talking with him before the East St. John game when we did for the Hash It Out game of the week. I mean, very good guy, very cooperative. He's an ED White graduate. And for him to lose his mom at a bad time, our prayers go out to Coach Trosclair and his family. But back to the action here. West Washita has had a really good breakout year this year for their team, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The Salmon Spartans, too much experience. They get it done.
George.
Their running back is going to be the reason they win, Jefferson. The kid's special. West Washita, after such a great start, has really fallen off here the last month. They've lost 4 in a row. This is not how you want to go into the playoffs. It's a bad matchup because Salmon can defend. And I think Salmon's going to do enough offensively. This isn't going to be the prettiest game, but the Spartans win it by 2 scores.
All right. Number 6, Zachary hosting number 27, Barb. I think we can all say this quickly. Zachary.
Zachary.
Can we debate this anymore? No, Zachary.
All right, moving on. Number 7, Dusttown against 26, South Lafourche. I think we can do the same thing here. Do we all have Dusttown?
Yes.
Yep.
All
Touchdown.
right, moving on. Number 10, Chalmette against 23, Ponchatoula. Man, I think this is gonna be a tougher ball game than what most people think. But I'm gonna go Chalmette with the win. DK.
I think it's going to be very close too. I think it comes down to the wire. I think Chalmette and Jason Tucker is going to pull it out by a field goal.
That's a matchup that Chalmette. I don't know if they want it. Ponchatoula out of again 6-5A is going to make noise in these here playoffs, and Ponchatoula is one of those teams. They've been a little bit up and down, and matchup wise, this isn't the ideal one you want if you Chalmette. Jason Tucker's done a fabulous job, and no, this isn't sour grapes because they beat Aaron for the title. This isn't any of that. But I'm going to take the Owls. I feel like this is an abnormal 10-23. I think this is going to be a very close game. But the Owls at that stadium at Bobby Nuss, it's a tough place to win. They'll win Friday night, but they'll know they've been in a fight. This is going to be very close. Chalmette by a field goal.
And we go down to Laplace, Louisiana. 15 seed East St. John hosting Central. Now, we talked about it, guys. We said the two teams that nobody would want to face will be Westgate and Central. And it's funny that Terrebonne and East St. John were the ones that got those two teams. East St. John, right now, they are not playing well at all. They are not playing well at all. They can't even score points right now. I got Central, the 18 seed, defeating East St. John. I think Central gets this win and they shock everyone. Remember, they lost to district champs Catholic by a touchdown. They lost in second place district Zachary by a touchdown. I'm going Central. VK.
I got to agree with you on that, Jared. I have to agree with you. East St. John is definitely on the downturn right now, and it does not look good for Brandon Brown and his team. He does have the experience of them being successful in the playoffs, but they're coming in the wrong fashion here. They're going to be ready to play since they're at home, but I really think this Central team and David Seminole, they're on a mission. I like Central in this big one.
George Peppers.
I think the loss to Terrebonne really did this team in as far as camaraderie. I don't think they have the confidence that they need, even at Keller. It's look, if Thibodeau could go in there and win, Central obviously can win. And Coach Semino and company, y'all been close. And normally I don't like picking teams that have been close against elite teams because they need to learn how to win one of those games. But in this case, I think the matchup screams Central. Central gets it done on the road and goes to Monroe next week.
Gotcha. All right, we go to Division 2, non-select. Number 16, Lakeshore against number 17, the Ritter. Lakeshore with the win. VK.
Lakeshore and the Ritter, and I say, I say Lakeshore as well.
George.
I'm gonna go with the Titans, and no, we're not doing the Remember the Titans speech like Will Patton did in the movie, but they'll beat the Ritter. The Ritter's a solid program, but I feel like the Titans have one playoff win in their system this year, and this is the one. I think Lakeshore gets it done.
Number 9, Plaquemine versus 24, Albany. I'm going with the Green Devils. Plaquemine. VK.
Plaquemine and Albany, I tell you that district in itself, I mean, it's just been so up and down. That district used to be really, really tough, but has not been just the it's been competitive, but not really the best that hasn't been in the previous years and everything else. Albany has had a really nice year this year, but I think the Green Devils, they have overcome some things. I like the Green Devils in this one.
GP.
Won't be close. Plaquemine big. They'll rout Albany. Plaquemine, same district if I remember right. They're in with St. Michael of the Archangel, who's got a bye in Division Two,
And West Feliciana.
and West Feliciana, the Saints,
And
those Saints,
McKinley.
Yeah.
and McKinley. That's a good district. They're putting some teams in the playoffs, but Plaquemine, name your number. Plaquemine big.
Number 8, Iowa versus 25 Grant. Iowa, VK.
Yellow Jackets.
I'm not mad at you. Well, I am mad at you, Iowa, because y'all cost me the pick title when they lost to Cecilia last week. That put Jared on the precipice. I'm mad at you. I'm still mad about you though. They'll win big. They'll beat up on Grant and Grant. Good on them for finding a playoff spot, but they got no shot. Exactly. I could feel that number 2. Iowa by at least 3 or 4 touchdowns.
Number 12, Opelousas hosting number 21, Rain. Rain making a short drive to Opelousas, but Opelousas will get this win, VK.
Opelousas, they're loaded to bear, man. I like what they're doing. Opelousas.
If there was a team better than their seed, this is it. Opelousas is going to win. Rain, big ups on you guys having the year you've had, but y'all walking into a Hornets nest Friday night. Opelousas by 3 touchdowns.
Number 13, Abbeville against 20 Pearl River. Abbeville, VK.
I definitely agree. I think Abbeville will get it done. Pearl River had a promising start, and they went to the wrong direction. So Abbeville with the win.
Right. Make it 3. Abbeville gets it done. Pearl River, like you said, VK has been on the backslide here in the second half of the season. Abbeville, the one little caution, they were in a war last Friday night against Kaplan. How much did that game take out of them? I know it's a playoff setting, but them and Kaplan went at it, and it finished. And Jordan Taylor and coming in under the lights did a great job calling that game. That game was physical and very tough. How much did that game take out of Abbeville? Now you get a Pearl River team's got to make the drive to them. That's some words of caution, but I still think Abbeville gets it done.
Number 14, Eunice hosting 19 Bro Bridge. 19 Bro Bridge. I'm going with them with the win. I think they got a advantage over 3A Eunice. I got Bro Bridge. Another upset in the first round for Bro Bridge, just like last year. VK.
Eunice trying to get themselves back into things. They've been very consistent over the years and everything. These last couple of years, getting back to a renaissance in itself. I would love to go with the 14, but I gotta agree with Jared. I mean, that pedigree for Bro Bridge, they're like 9 lives. You know what I'm saying? They're like a cat with 9 lives. They just continue to go like Bro Bridge in this one.
GP.
Tough matchup. It's going to be a very competitive game. 14-19s usually are. This one especially. I got to make hay. I know we disagree on one game to this point, and that's the Mandeville-Sam Houston game. Make it 2. I'm going with the home side here. The Bobcats get it done. Eunice.
All right. Franklin Parish hosting Northwest. I got Franklin Parish. VK.
Franklin Parish having a real good year. I'm going with Franklin Parish as well.
Make it 3. Franklin Parish gets it. Make it 3. Franklin Parish gets it done.
All right. Number 6, Warsman hosts 27 Bruley. I think we all can say Warsman on this one.
Yep. Wildcats.
We can?
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Uh-oh.
Please, baby. Hold on. First off, Wassman, look, I'm not going to go. I'm brave, but not stupid. But with that, another word of caution for Coach Cahey's bunch. They got embarrassed last week against Arlington. That could be one of 2 ways you could construe that. One, maybe they're not as good as the top tier teams in their division, and 2, They'll get so pissed off they're gonna beat the snot out of the team that's got in front of them. Oops, Bruley, you're bad. Wasserman big.
All right. Number 7, Leesville against number 26, St. Martinville. St. Martinville hasn't been able to put everything together. Now it's do or die for them to put everything together. But I think too much Xavier Ford and Leesville gets the job done. I got Leesville. VK.
This game comes down to the wire. St. Martinville will be battle tested, ready to go. This will be a full quarter game, but Leesville winning by a field goal. It's going to be that close.
George.
Look, the scoreboard operator is going to be plenty busy Friday night in that game. I'm with Kenny on that. With that though, St. Martinville's had a very disappointing season. From those that thought this team would be way better than a 26 and going to a 7, it's a doable matchup. I agree, but the Wampus Cats, they've been a little sneaky in these playoffs recent past. They'll win this game. It'll be close, but Leesville gets out of there with a touchdown win.
Jennings hosting Kaplan. This might be a tough one. A good 10-23. I don't think Jennings will walk out of there unscathed, but I'm going to go with Jennings. VK.
I agree. I think it'll be a good ball game here, but I think the dogs of Jennings will pull away.
Go ahead, George.
I, I like Jennings, but Kaplan, I mentioned for the same reasons about Abbeville earlier. Kaplan was in that game with them last week. How much did it take out? I think this is going to hurt them more. Jennings gets it done.
And a week 10 rematch. Iota hosts Church Point. I'm going to go Iota. VK.
I think this one is going to be a toss up here. Who won? Who won that regular season finale?
Iota.
Kenny might know. I don't know. I could check.
Iota won it.
There you go. Iota. Okay.
Iota won that one. Well, I'm going the other way. I need to make a shake up here. Church Point.
All right, George.
VK's line of thinking, and I subscribe to it, is this. Iota beat them in just last week. Maybe the kids are feeling a little full of themselves, but this ain't the regular season, y'all. It's the playoffs. Good game. It was a good game last week. It'll be another good one this time. Church Point knows what they got. And yeah, exactly. I was about to say. They gave up a fat lead in that game. Maybe that hangs with them, though. I'm going to go with the home side here, Iota, but close.
All right. We're going to move to Division 3 non-select right quick. Number 16, Loyola Prep, taking on 17, Ascension Episcopal. I'm going to go with the visiting team, Ascension Episcopal. VK.
Ascension Episcopal. You're in Division 3, right?
Division 3
Non-select.
Mm-hmm.
Should be non-select. Oh, nope. My fault. I'm in the wrong one. Excuse me, fellas and ladies that's watching. My fault. It's going to be Caldwell Parish versus Richwood. I'm going with Caldwell Parish, the home team. I'm in the right one now. Non-select Division 3. Go ahead, VK. My fault.
You good. This will go down to the wire. I'm gonna go with Richwood, man. Toss up on this one. Which what?
That's what you got? You going with the visiting team, VK?
Mm-hmm. Richwood?
Okay. Oh, this man tripping now. I don't know what he had at Taco Tuesday, but, they mentioned earlier he had a margarita. It might be something stronger than that. Caldwell Parish is going to win this thing for fun. They'll win this thing by 2 touchdowns. Look, they could score. They're a little bit susceptible defensively, but I don't think Richwood's got no. Caldwell Parish is going to find a way and get it done. Pretty simple.
Right. Jules Sumner, 9 seed, hosting 24 South Beauregard. Something is telling me go with the 24, but I'm not. I want to go with the 9 seed Jules Sumner. VK.
How about them Cowboys? Huh? I think them Cowboys go handle their business. South Beauregard is a team that usually really comes in and fight and everything. They'll make it interesting. but I think the Cowboys do something to get it done.
George.
Revealing his inner cowboy fandom there, JB. I don't know about the NFL team, but I'm kidding. Jules Sumner, they'll win. Salpo has been okay, but Jules Sumner wins it. I'll say by 10.
All right. Number 8, a meet versus 25 Donaldsonville. I think we all are in agreement with a meet.
I agree, but closer than the experts think.
All right.
VK Corso with the analysis there. A meet doesn't have one of those wow teams like they have had. You know, Zephaniah Powell. It's a battle tested group, but they're just on top end talent. They're not good enough. This is an old rival game with Donaldsonville. They've played each other before. A meet gets it done though.
All right. 5, Bogalusa hosts 28 Westlake. Bogalusa.
Name your score, Bogalusa.
Bogalusa wins this game going away. Cyril Crutchfield's got his team primed for a potential run in these year playoffs. They get started with a cruise control game. They'll win big.
Number 12, Lauraville versus 21 Rayville. Woo! Something telling me go with that 21. Something is telling me go with the 21 Rayville. I'm gonna go with him. Rayville with the upset of the 12 seed. Something telling me. Go ahead, VK.
Since you're going with Rayville, I'm gonna go the other way. We'll go Lauraville for the win.
Right.
Trying to get that early lead, baby. Let's go.
I swear, Jared. I swear. I had this game pegged thinking, oh, ain't nobody touching a 21 here, and you go ruining that. I'm taking Rayville. I think Rayville goes in there and gets it done. Lauraville's a solid group. Rayville is a team that kind of shook back a little bit at the back end of the season. They'll win. Rayville upset.
All right. St. Helena versus Port Allen. I think this is going to be a tough, close ball game. I really do, but I think St. Helena pulls it out. VK.
Big shout out to Coach Hurricane Hen,
Yeah.
St. Helena, man. They've been overcoming a whole lot of things this year and everything else. Port Allen's really having a good year too. But at the same time, I think St. Helena's resilient after all what they have overcome this year. I like St. Helena in this win.
GP.
I'm gonna make it unanimous. St. Helena gets it done. Port Allen, as you mentioned, VK, that team has been fairly solid, but St. Helena gets it done.
Number 14, North Webster versus 19, Patterson. I think Patterson gets the win. I think Patterson keeps their cool. Don't get out of control. Patterson beats North Webster. I got Patterson.
I'm not falling for that trap. North Webster by 2 touchdowns.
Little quick geography lesson. North Webster, you know how close they are to the Arkansas state line? You can throw a fishing pole from that school and catch the Arkansas state line. That's how close they are. Patterson is not going to win that game. North Webster by 10.
Number 11, South Plaquemines taking on Port Barry. This will be another tight ball game. Hardly fought game, but I think Coach Feet and his South Plaquemines team gets the job done. VK.
Should be a very close game indeed. And now, Coach Feet getting a first time in his tenure a home playoff game. And I'll tell you, second time.
Yeah.
Second time. But regardless of the fact, a rare home playoff game for South Platte. Port Barry is going to be ready to play. But I think Coach and company will get it done Friday night.
George.
Big shout out to South Plaquemines and the coaching staff and the people there for their hospitality last week. And boy, that fried fish was lethal, VK. I mean, yes, it was. But listen, it's a good matchup. Port Barry is a solid team. That's a deceptively good 22. South Plaquemines, I think the consistency has to show up. Defensively, they're fast, but They need to. This is a game they'll win, but I want to see more consistency offensively. And I think the Hurricanes get it done though.
Defending state champs, Manny hosting Springfield. I got Manny.
I got Manny as well.
For all the turbulence they had early in the season, adjusting to the coaching change, Manny is playing the best football right now. The last part of this season, they'll win big.
All right. Pine hosting Red River. I got Pine.
Pine Raiders, big over Red River.
Another team that let me down last week in the picks, but I'm staying with them. Pine wins easy.
Kinder hosting Avoyals. I got Kinder. BK.
I got Kinder as well. Kinder, really good team. That they've been very consistent. Avoyals making a lot of changes, but it's good that they're back in the playoffs. But I got Kinder.
GP.
Well, they continue to make the playoffs. Corey Bannister has done yeoman's work getting his team together. They're not as good as the teams in the Senlaw area. Once upon a time, they played Kinder a couple years ago and played them very, very close. I don't see it this Friday night. Yellow Jackets, big.
All right. And we have Marksville hosting Mansfield. I got Marksville. BK.
I'm gonna agree with you on this one. I'm gonna let you go on this one, but I'm gonna agree. Marksville get it done.
George.
Tough matchup for the Tigers. But you know what? Kudos to that group. Last year winless, this year playoffs. I was tempted to go Mansfield, but too long a drive. It's a long trip from where they're coming. Even it's a Senlaw. That's a 3.5-hour trip. Marksville gets it done, but close.
All right, we go to Division 4. Now select number 16, Franklin hosting 17, Grand Lake. I got 16, Franklin. VK.
I got Franklin as well. I think Franklin's gonna pull it out in a very close game.
Typical 16-17, but the home side gets it done, Franklin.
Number 9, White Castle hosting 24, Vornado. I have White Castle. VK.
I got White Castle as well. I mean, they're gonna be too much for Vornado to handle.
White Castle, and this ain't the Castle Burgers. White Castle, the school, gets it done this Friday night.
Number 8, Welch hosting 25, Brazil. I got Welch. VK.
I agree with you on that. Welsh will get it done as well.
George.
Well, yeah, let's not overthink this. Welsh wins big.
All right. Number 5, Generette hosts West St. John. West St. John back in the playoffs. Shout out to Coach Thomas for the job he's done in his first year, and they're going to get better from here on out. But Generette gets the win. VK.
I definitely agree on this one. Generate get the win. Duran Thomas, wow. I mean, did everything he could this year in his first year, and it's a great sign. West St. John is going to be back on the map, but they'll come up short. But West St. John's got a great future going forward.
George.
That they do, but has there ever been a team quieter than Generette this year to have the year that they're having? This is a super sleeper in Division 4 to make some very big noise. They'll win against West St. John, but I second the opinions of you guys about Coach Thomas and West St. John. They could use this as a stepping stone to next year. I don't think they got a shot against Generette. Generette wins going away.
East Feliciana hosts Elton. I'm going with East Feliciana. VK.
East Feliciana will get it done.
Again, another one you don't want to overthink. East Feliciana wins that game.
Number 13, Arcadia hosting 20, General Trask. I'm going with Arcadia. VK.
I think this game goes down to the wire, but Acadia will get it done.
Make it 3. I wanted to pick on VK with General Trask for crazy reasons, but I'm not going to do it. Arcadia gets it done.
Number 14, Montgomery versus 19, Lake Arthur. I'm going to go with Montgomery. VK.
Coin toss on this one, man. And I got to get Jared on this one. I'm sorry, my friend. Lake Arthur getting it done.
Okay. Jordan?
Well, as he will distance himself in third place after this week, Montgomery wins it.
Now you see, you can say this to your third place if you want to. You know, there's in a couple matchups you and Jared has been picking against me. So
We
you
know.
know if both you, so you know you both you lose, I win, right?
In the words of the great Vince McMahon, no chance in hell. You got.
All right,
I'm
Kevin.
just saying.
All right.
Next,
Number 11, Oberlin versus 22, Centerville. I got Oberlin.
I got Oberlin as well.
Oberlin. Oberlin wins.
Number 6, Mangum versus 27, Lakeview. I got Mangum.
The Dragons, big.
That's a team that usually makes deep playoff runs when they're at peak level. This is a good team, but this isn't one of those deep playoff teams. But they will win Friday night. Mangum.
Number 7, Homer versus 26, Delhi. I got Homer.
I got Homer too. Homer trying to make a big run like they did last season, and they are very good program.
Yes, they did. These Pelicans are going to do what the New Orleans Pelicans couldn't do last night. Win. They'll win Friday night.
Oakdale hosting East Beauregard. I got the 10 seed, Oakdale.
I gotta agree. Oakdale gets it done.
Oakdale.
All right. Last but not least, Faraday hosting Jonesboro Hodge. Jay Hodge gets the win over Faraday. And I got Jonesboro Hodge. VK.
I would go the home team, but I ain't gonna lie. Jonesboro Hodge has been coming up under the radar, and they're posed to make a good little run here. I gotta agree with Jared. I'm going with Jay Hodge as well.
Oh boy. Okay. It's the debate is it's 15-18 and Jay Hodge is the 18th seed, and I like what Jonesboro Hodge has done. A team that I'm a little bit familiar with, being that I was in Senlaw for the years that I was there, and I kind of have a little bit of knowledge on them. It's a very tough matchup at Faraday, but I think Jonesboro Hodge, if they stay with it, they'll get it. They'll pull it out. I think they pulled a slight upset here.
All right. And those are our picks for non-select first round. We'll do select first round. Before we get out of here, my boy VK has something he wanted to tell y'all.
Yes, to all the Hash It Out Show fans and all the fans across high school football, prep sports all over the state, I want to issue an apology to each and every one for what I said on Sunday about the JT Curtis subject. I had a lot on my heart. Me and Jared talked about it, and I wanted to express this out. I had a lot on my mind that night. And then on top of that, the way I was feeling, I felt like everything didn't go right at all with this subject. I didn't like what anything happened. So it was just me taking things out. And I didn't mean to take it out on the fans, and I didn't mean to say it the way it was. I'm like this. I had a nephew that finished at John Curtis. I know a lot of people that finished there. And I have, I used to didn't have I wasn't a big fan of JT Curtis when I was younger, but when I met him, talk with him personally, and seeing everything that he does, he made me change my mind a lot. But I would give him the utmost respect for JT. But at the same time, I understand everybody has their different opinions, which is fine. But I like to apologize to y'all, and I hope y'all forgive me of what I said. I was just very, very not happy all around how everything was handled, from the LHSA to a little bit of the media to the fans. I was just not happy with it because I didn't like how things was going right, period, at all. Sometimes certain things can be handled in better ways. And when things go bad, it's all the way bad. Because the thing about me, I look at things as a whole, not one thing. I look at it as a whole, because it's almost like this got a problem, that's got a problem. Like it's like with the Saints with David Carr, Derek Carr, say that they're saying Derek Carr, he's the problem, but at the same time, you look there's a lot of other things going on, a lot more holes than you think. So sometimes you have to
Mhm.
look at the problem as a whole. And that's what I did, but I didn't meant to take it out on the fans. Please forgive me. But at the same time, everybody has their own opinions. But at the same time, we honor and we congratulate JT Curtis on his accomplishments. And we wish him the best going forward. But we completely understand what everybody's feeling, and everybody has their own opinion. So please accept my apology.
Now, as we move on, tomorrow night, the head coach of the Parkway Panthers, Coy Brotherton, will join us on the show as he gets ready to take on the Bell Chase Cardinals in Bell Chase. He has a long drive from Shreveport to Bell Chase. It's a long drive, ladies and gentlemen. So we have him on the show tomorrow, and also we're gonna go and do our select picks. Also, do the select picks. VK, any last words before we go?
And I just hope you take what was said and put it out on the social media things a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just to put it out there. But regardless of the fact, man, this was a good show tonight. Uh, I feel great what's going on this week with the playoffs and stuff. I feel great with what's coming forward in the future. It's good to have Coach Daggs and Coach Dorsey on the show to really, put a light to their programs. And all the fans who come tonight, man, all the fans who support us every week, man. We love you guys. We thank you so much. Kenny, we're still waiting on that reward you're supposed to give us, but still, you're all good, bro. But we thank all the fans and everyone, sponsors and all, for supporting us, including Dr. Lana Joseph with this drums earwear that we have gotten this week. So we definitely appreciate it. And, hey, it's all to the good, man.
George Peppers?
Well, first off, VK, I commend you for stepping up and doing what you just did. I applaud you. I can't put my phone down. I could have put my phone down and applauded, but I applaud you for what you did just now. Game recognizes game, but there are times when we talk about a topic, all three of us are guilty of one thing: our passion of what we cover and what we talk about. We are very passionate. We do. And the thing is, we are fans and we embrace the people that support us. And I want to commend Miss Lana as well for the headphones. I mean, I wanted blue, but you stole it from me and I got orange instead. I'm not upset. I'm just goofing around.
Yeah, Ray. You're Eric
You know,
colors.
well, I do. But double or nothing. No, we're not. No, 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 no. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. That ain't happening. You put yourself out there, my boy. Pay the piper. And I got a call out for tomorrow night. I got a call out. Oh, Charles Allen, where are you, baby? We
Oh
picking
man.
the select games.
Hey,
Yeah.
I talked to him. He waiting for you Thursday night. He waiting for
Oh,
you.
I know. I already know. That's all
He
right. I
said
got him, and
he said the dinner
I
bet
got
is
a
on. He said
huh
dinner bet is on.
dinner bet,
Yes.
and we gonna settle up after the game. Well, no, he's got to go back to the school. I guess he's got to go back to Riverdale, but they're gonna go back with their head between their butts. But that's all good. I'm gonna show up, and look, we represent the Hash It Out show. I'm not gonna do anything to to disgrace that at any point. But John Everett is my alma mater, so I hope there's some understanding from the two of you, fanboy, coming out Thursday night. It's my school.
Y'all
I
good?
went there. I went
Yes.
there for 4 years, and we're not covering the game. Yeah, we're gonna get some sound afterward. We're looking at talking to. We'll be looking to talk to Reggie after the game. I'm just saying because he's gonna win. And then they'll be back with Catholic next week, right? Right, VK? I'm kidding. I don't know. Maybe they will. Who knows? But that said, I was talking with a good friend of mine today about the Eric game Thursday night, and you know who I'm talking about, Jared, the policeman that works with me.
Yeah.
He's looking forward to seeing me Thursday. I told him, I said, hey, man, I got some Riverdale guys that are talking a lot of noise. He goes, we'll shut them up Thursday. I said, you right. You right. I mean, and we'll obviously discuss this matchup tomorrow night, but it's another great show tonight. But I also want to give a shout out to the Colorado Lady Buffaloes. How about the effort those girls put in last night against the defending national champion LSU Tigers? And Kim Mulkey told you guys all week, not you, to anybody who would listen, y'all sitting there pegging this game as a W. She knew Colorado brought back 88% of their scoring from last year. They played Iowa closer, very close last year, and lost in the Sweet 16. That was no joke. And Monkey kept telling the media, y'all messing around thinking we're going to win this game big. I'm telling you, my girls ain't ready. We're going to lose. And they got busted last night, 94. Now, who I feel bad for? Queens College. That's their next opponent. Man, it's going to be an evisceration when they play them girls.
Them
But,
girls.
oh, wait, hold up, Kenny. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't guaranteeing no win. Wait a minute. I was just goofing around. Don't worry. No, I did not say that, sir.
That point guard from Colorado, and I looked at them highlights.
She's serious.
The LSU women deserve to lose that game the way Colorado handled business, especially that point guard and the ball movement and them shots they made.
But Mulkey, Kim Mulkey told everybody that Colorado was going to be problems. She said it. Nobody wanted to listen.
Wow.
But, big ups. She in the paper, in the Advocate. She said it. She's like, y'all sitting there giving us the win in an undefeated season. Wait a minute. That's a good basketball team, and they're going to be serious. I mean, I think long run.
And then USC got a big win last night, too. That Pac-12 for the women's basketball.
Oh, they're going to be serious this year.
Some serious this year.
Yep. But I'm looking forward to tomorrow night. We get to talk to Parkway's head coach, and we get a different perspective from way up yonder. And we're looking forward to hearing some of the Parkway, hearing some feedback from the Parkway fans who will join us tomorrow night, because I have a feeling they're going to show up, and they're going to listen to our show. And this is what we do in the Hash It Out show. We expand bases, we grow relationships. Parkway, we're looking forward to talking about you guys tomorrow night, because you're a new entity. What now?
Most definitely.
Down.
Oh, absolutely. And then it's gonna be and the atmosphere at the cage. It's gonna be fun Friday night. That's gonna be fun times. And yeah, we'll get together Thursday to watch Eric Riverdale. For those of you Hashing Out fans that aren't doing nothing, come holler at us. We talk to y'all. Well, absolutely, and don't worry, Charles Allen. I know I'll see you Thursday night, but I need you here tomorrow night so you can get my official prediction. I need you here tomorrow night. Just saying. And no, we're not beating Catholic next week. I don't know about all that, Jared. I'm just goofing around trying to stir the drink. I don't know about all that. That sounds like some stronger than margarita stuff to say that. But, but again, at the end point, VK, I commend you for what you just did a while ago. I applaud you. You know I love you. Always will, bro. But big ups. Big ups.
No problem, man. I used to be a person that used to argue people down in the end, but life has changed for me, man. Well, not really.
Still is.
Not
no,
really.
Still in some. No, what I mean. Let me clarify.
In some instance.
Yeoman outside of the after UCF. I mean, that was an off-air discussion that was pretty lively. Walking to the car. I'm just saying, Jared. Am I right?
Yeah,
when we left the Tulane game last year.
Yeah.
My boy was he was gung ho on us, man. He was straight gung ho on us last year. Oh my God.
I usually stick to things, but when it gets, I'm learning more and more to be calm.
Rein those emotions in. Yes, sir.
And then on top of that, if something is not worth it, like I used to be bad. I was worse than this. But now I got a kid to take care of and everything. I got to chill because I just know right then and there, if it gets heated, it's whatever. I'm letting it go. I'm not trying to go there or whatever. I'm passionate sometimes, but then I got to draw back sometimes. You hear it in the show, but even Jared notices sometimes I got to draw it back, because he'll even tell me, VK, you ain't got to be that loud. So I'm trying my best, man. So
all right, we got to roll. We got to
go, people.
All right. So, George Peppers for VK Jones. I'm JB the Sports Guy. We're back tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Make sure y'all back with us. We appreciate y'all so much. Until tomorrow, make sure y'all take care. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
You're watching the Hash It Out Show! Hands up, hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning. winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. Hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Move, move, move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning.
Thank you for watching the Hash It Out show. Please like,